Go.
Welcome to another episode of Playing the Artist. My name is Antoine Marchildon, and this show is a show we talk about trying to play the artist. Joined as always is Alex Kolakowski. Alex,
Hi there. Hello.
We have some news about some stuff. We both did something that we promised that we were going to do, and we did it.
And we promised this roughly 30 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to do a Kickstarter, and you were going to do a Patreon.
Yes.
And
so far, Kickstarter seems to be way more lucrative than Patreon.
Well,
well, where are you at right now? You must have broken 10 grand.
I did.
And it's been less than a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. You all right there? You seem a little caught up.
Looking at my phone.
Well, let's we should have maybe promoted the show, but we can always do that after the fact.
Promoted the show?
Well, yeah, if you're gonna, because you've got a live Kickstarter going, right?
Mm-hmm.
You might as well bring it up. And
you mean promote the Kickstarter?
Yeah, and talk about it.
Right, I got an interesting message today. Actually,
wow. You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
and it was. Well, why don't you throw it up so everybody else can see it?
I started looking at it. I started looking at a different one.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
That seems similar, but then no, it's actually a Star Wars Star Wars clone one. Anyway, man. I'm distracted already. I've opened a Kickstarter for like a minute.
For somebody else.
And then it's, okay. I was like, yeah, what the fuck? How come yours isn't recommended for me?
Go to newest.
I think these are newer.
Oh my god.
I'm going to just search it directly. Dude, it's...
I'm just going to find it myself. I have it here.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you find it yourself. I want to navigate, though. I want to find it first. Because you'll be scrolling around so fast because you know where everything is, and I'm gonna be slow like a dummy.
Oh my god! Let me send it to you.
What's this? And it'll be more like a fresh take. It'll be like a true visitor's experience here. But my problem is, I guess, are you in games or arts?
I'm in games, man. Why would it be in arts?
Oh, okay. Search bars.
Oh my god, I can't fucking. What's happening right now? This is the worst episode ever. We have so much to talk about, and it's just you trying to search for things, and me, my fucking goddamn internet. How am I talking to you?
Well, your internet's got to be fine, yeah. Anyway.
Oh my god.
Who cares? Here we go. This is you. You just cracked 10K. This is the first week. You started last Friday, which would have been the 28th, I believe. Yeah, we kind of advertising that for a while. So here we are, man. Look at this. 10,000. You had your goal.
I just got the 10,000 literally
this
morning. An hour ago.
Because I was thinking because
I looked at it.
I was like, you were at 9.
Who's going to talk here? Me or you?
Usually you, but sometimes I chat.
What was I going to say? This morning it was just shy of 10K, and I was like, oh, that's unfortunate because I wanted to get 10K, because I'm a greedy capitalist. But I did some stretches and I got cleaned up, and then I looked at my phone. I was like, oh shit, I got 10K, which is great. More than 10K, 10,333 more than 10K. Jeepers, can't talk right now.
That's okay. People can read.
But I got an interesting message.
Oh yeah.
Of an individual asking about essentially, is there gonna he was I guess requesting for like bridges and like walkways and stuff like that. Like walkways and
between buildings, like rooftops.
that or like what's it called again? Like scaffolding, I guess, or something like that.
Okay, I'm going to do some serious scrolling here because I wanted to go down to your stretch goals too here.
Yeah.
So are you going to take this guy up on his request?
I don't know.
Oh, it's kind of late now. Why don't you do that as like a separate thing, separate campaign or something? Like, well, unless you really want to. So that's my other question was: is this the end of your stretch goals at 14K, or you don't have any more in the chamber that you're going to bust out after 14 is hit?
After 14's it. That's all I did.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I was just thinking, like, I guess I could make something, but at the same time, it's like, kind of don't want to.
Well, how much work is like the just answering emails and
it's not that much.
All that. So
not much for this Kickstarter, anyways.
So what has your week been like then? Like, what kind of?
This week has been a lot of like taking renders of the stretch goals and making shots and stuff like that. And then also I made a couple sample prints that I released on Thingiverse, which I have one already chambered and ready to go that I haven't released yet. And there's another one I made that's almost done. So like that's almost done, and like so yeah. But for the most part, I was actually working yesterday. I was working on excuse me. Yesterday I was working on a little bit of my next thing.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was looking at, when you Google your campaign, like it takes you to that kick tracker page. Have you looked at that? Maybe I'll do that
Backer
right
kit?
now. No, kick tracker. What I it's like for some reason. Anyway, I'm not going to do that.
You're the worst Googler ever.
Well, I do have to type. Oh, do you see my? Oh, you do. Okay.
Yeah, I see it. I see that. Yeah.
District 9, no 12, and
that's a movie.
Yeah. So look. Okay. So it changes your, unless I'm in USD. No, it's in Canadian dollars. So it does a projection. Is what it shows you your graph here, and then it shows you your goals at the end of the month, obviously, and it says you're trending towards upper 60s. Now this changes every day. Yeah. And I just stumbled on it because I wanted to show your Kickstarter to somebody, so I Googled it, and this page comes up right away. I thought it was cool. Like, man. Well, before you were trending a little higher because obviously, like. Oh yeah,
now it's like a stalemate right now.
Yeah, it's starting to do that level out after about a week, right? Like, Kickstarters, like the first week is gangbusters, everybody's on board, and then there's like it's almost like silence, and then towards the end there should be another spike. Yeah. I would think it's something like this. Maybe it's more, maybe it's less. Maybe we could look at other campaigns and see if there's a trend there or something, but it's kind of cool, man. Like, I don't know how accurate this projection is, but if that's the case, then you're like set for the year, I would think, right? Because like
60K, I don't know about 60K. I don't think I'll make that much. Because like the first, so I released, hang on, let me think here. So I released on Friday, and on that Friday, I think I hit 5,000 or 4,000 or something like that. I think it was like 4 something.
The first day, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, oh no, maybe it was 5. No, I think, it was 5 because I went out to Banditos for just like a little me time, have breakfast and coffee.
Yeah.
And then I looked at my phone. I was like, yeah, that's right. Because I looked at my phone. I was like, oh shit, it's already at 5. I gotta go. I gotta get back home and like take renders of the stretch goals.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and then yesterday it was at 9,830 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like maybe one backer a day now, I guess, will be the thing until the last 2 days.
So you do have a lot of time to, I guess, if you're not answering, emails and.
No, don't say it like that. I am answering emails, but I'm just not getting a bunch.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. That's true. Yeah. You could continue to promote. You could work on your next thing. Probably, I guess you could do both of those.
Yeah.
I mean, what else do you do while you're on this Kickstarter here? Is there any work in the delivery of the files that needs to be done, or?
Well, there is. I'm going to be using BackerKit, and so what I found out was, so I thought you would have to do this beforehand, but it turns out you actually do this afterhand.
Okay.
So when the campaign's done, then you have all the backers like information and stuff. And so BackerKit, that's what Danny from 3D Printable Scenery, 3D Printable DM.
The 3D printing DM.
3D printing DM, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything to do with printable scenery.
No. Anyways, he recommended to use BackerKit, and then what that is, it's like you pay a flat rate, and depending on like how many backers you have, as long as it's not over 500. If it's over 500, then they start processing each backer for a fee of $1.
Wow, that could get expensive.
It's true, but you got to give people their product, right?
So what does it do?
Well, it's essentially it gives everybody their product to the right certain like person. You know what I mean? Like, so
it
nobody
organizes all the tiers, because you've got maybe like half a dozen tiers or so.
No. Well, the early birds go within. Early bird tiers are the same as like the core early bird and the early bird. Sorry, the core early bird and then just the core set. That's still one set. You know what I mean? It's just one is cheaper. It's still the same thing. So it doesn't matter. So I only have like 5. So
okay,
almost half a dozen. Anyways, regardless.
So if you didn't, is it like?
If I didn't do that, I would have to go. I would have to get everybody's email and then ask them what they got, and then look at their pricing and what they gave me, and then like send them an email to a Dropbox thing and like do it all manually myself. And that right now it's over 200 people, like 210 people, and so and that number is going to get higher. And hopefully it does get higher because that's better for me. But that means there's more processing of emails and files have to go, right?
Yeah.
So BackerKit essentially like puts that all in one place, and then you tell your backers like, hey, go to this website, and it's like the page for your page for your BackerKit, and then you put your information in it, and it all links up, and then it also what I heard from Danny, he said like they also do distribution of files. So I could just do that all that, and if I do it early, so like they have a thing where it's if you do it early, you save 50% instead of if the campaign's already done. So for $99, I do it early, and if I don't do it early, it's going to cost me $199, which is just $200.
It sure is. Yep.
So yeah.
So yeah, that's cool. That's not that much. Yeah.
No, not that much for what they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just wondered what Kickstarter gives you at the end, like if as it was designed the website was designed. Like it just gives you like a list. It's got to give you something.
Yeah.
Like some kind of list.
It probably gives you a list and then what they paid, and that's probably it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what else was surprising? I got like 3 or 4 emails.
Yeah.
Right, messages from not Facebook, in the Kickstarter thing where people were not asking me, but they were like saying like, "Hey, I can help you get your Kickstarter in front of other people, and if you pay me money, I'll make your Kickstarter even bigger and stuff." And it was weird. It was like
people are looking to promote your Kickstarter and get a little piece of that action.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Were they people you'd heard of before, or
no? None of them. And then also, it's just like they were boasting about like, I get your Kickstarter in front of 80,000 people. It's like, I don't know who those 80,000 people are. Like all those people could be like, I know Lego enthusiasts. I have no idea. Like I don't know who's he going to show it to. That doesn't make any sense. But anyways, I just thought it was interesting. There was all like these different like people that were like trying to make their own had their own business adventures off of other people's business adventures.
Yeah, they're like the those like barnacles on the ship or something. You know what I mean? It's just like kind of chasing the money around. It's like, oh, here's one. Here's a big one.
I was gonna say they're more like somebody selling pickaxes during a gold rush.
Kind of, yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, hey, you need pickaxes. You got gold there, so why don't you buy some of mine or something?
Yeah, that's supposed to be the like the smarter thing to do.
Probably is.
Yeah.
It probably really is. But
hey, we should offer to promote somebody else's Kickstarter on our show.
Oh yeah, because everybody watches it.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking about that. Like, I think we should start like inviting guests on the show. To like, give us something fresh to talk about, and also like maybe to like just share a little bit with the like the community, and maybe like steal followers from others, that sort of thing.
Maybe
people who are like our friends who don't care that we have 0 views per episode on average.
You mean Kevin Brunt?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, but not limited to.
Yeah. But you know what's weird with this Kickstarter? It's happening, and I do feel different, but a lot of it still feels the same. But now there's just like a thing I can point at. You know what I mean? And I can be like, look, I did this thing, and people are responding to it.
How are your family reacting? Because you're finally getting money after all this time, and I remember they were real skeptical because you're doing this weird shit.
My mom was very surprised, and she was very happy for me. She joked at me because my mother always calls me on Saturday, and she was like, "How much did you make, Antoine? $10?" And she was just giggling, and I was like, "Oh no, Mom, I made over 7,000." And she's like, "What? Really?" Yeah. And then I was like, "No, yeah, I'm serious." And I don't know what my dad said. I'm sure he was very pleased. But man, my dad said something super kind of condescending and kind of shitty.
Okay.
Literally a day before the Kickstarter was going to get launched.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, do tell. I mean, like, what prompted this?
Well, first he phoned me because he was trying to find a metal spatula for like drywalling that you use for drywalling. It's just like a big metal spatula.
Like putty knife.
Putty knife. There you go, putty knife.
Yeah.
And he was just like, talking, and then he's like, "So, have you been looking for a job? I was like, Dad, I'm
No, in fact, I cut ties with the industry altogether.
Yeah. No, I was just like, Dad, my Kickstarter's going to be launching tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I explained to him what Kickstarter was and like what I'm doing like during Christmas. I explained that. I don't know. I don't know. But hopefully this is like something I'll be like, look, I can actually do this. Just
yeah.
be a
If
little
only
bit
they had the internet, you could show them.
They have the internet. Stop that.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good then. So you can show them. Yeah.
Cool. I told my sister to show it to them.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. I hope it, gives your dad a bit of perspective.
It must, because clearly dollars are only what is important to him.
Yeah, money talks. It speaks, hey? To your dad there. He grew up in the prairies, and a dollar's hard to come by, I think, sometimes. Right?
I think you're right. I think you might be right.
It's like, we just comes out of the internet? What is this? Oh, that's rad.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, but now it's up to me to make sure I fulfill the backers and make sure the stretch goals are out and people see them. And now I'm contemplating about this guy talking about what's it called again? Like structuring or whatever, like scaffolding. You know what?
The request of that one person.
He did also say at the ending, he's like, is that something that's going to be in the? And he also said he backed the Kickstarter, but he was just like asking, like, is that going to be a thing?
Almost like it's like a little bit. He's trying to make it contingent on the fact that you like model this stuff.
I have no idea, but
you know what?
Oh, okay. Wait, go ahead. No, go
I was going to say in war gaming, right? Like those little ladders. There's ladders that make bridges between platforms and stuff, and you kind of like every little campaign you do has specific use of those. Yeah. So like that might be what he's getting at is like.
Oh no, I totally understand what he's coming from. I totally understand where he's coming from. But it's more work for me.
Yeah.
And I have to design something that's kind of modular and like fits well together, and it has to be, you know what I mean? Like it's not just like, oh, just make a model. It's like, no, I have to make something that is now as a modular thing that fits with all my other pieces and can be compatible. And like, it's just like, that's a lot, you know what I mean? And I don't know if I want to do it.
You know what? Here, look, what else I find really impressive right now with this whole Kickstarter thing. I'm just gonna pop my stream up again here. Check out the other Kickstarters that are on right now. Right?
Oh yeah, that middle one there.
Well, the middle one. Well, this one. Anyway, let's clip since you spoke of it for a moment there. So this was a big one. They've been promoting for like months, and they're doing really well. I
saw them blasting that all over Instagram and stuff, so I'm sure it was all over Facebook as well.
So these guys, they started a little bit before you. They're halfway through. Yeah, doing amazing.
Yeah, also super niche.
That's true, right? Just airships.
Fantasy airships. Fantasy airships. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not everybody wants fantasy airships, but the people that do,
they really want it. But look at the lowest tier is $50.
Yeah, that's true. So I was surprised, dude. I was I kind of shit the bed on. Remember, I was saying like, oh, I want a set amount of tiers for the early birds or whatever. I should have just put a time limit instead of only putting 100, because I sold out of the $40 tiers.
Yeah.
$40
is your early bird one.
Yeah, I sold out within the day.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I should have totally just left it open for a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because the thing was, what was happening is I was getting these. What are you doing? You're perusing now.
No, I'm looking at what else, because like what I was saying is that you're not just like you're also making your Kickstarter at a time when there's other big STL like environment campaigns happening here, and they're also kind of like a lot of them are these sort of like they're not exactly what you're doing. That's like this one's not exactly what you're doing, but it's not too far off either. Like it's still a Warhammer setting kind of place.
This is what I was trying to do. Regardless, I was just trying to make something very different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I think each one of these has their own unique. This feels a lot like what you get out of the box. I mean, and
that's what I want. I don't want something that's out of the box. I don't want something that you can get anywhere else. You know what I mean?
I mean, like out of the Warcry box. Like if you played Warcry, like.
Well, first of all, Warcry is a different aesthetic.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's a different setting, but it's the same. It's the same artists. Same production.
Also, the Warcry stuff is way cooler than the Kill Team stuff.
Yeah. The fuck off, eh? Yeah. I like this.
What's that top one you were?
This is like some of it is kind of reminiscent of what you're doing, but also kind of not. This
this guy's
more Star Wars.
Star Wars. Because look at his font; it's kind of Star Warsy.
It is 1,000 Star Warses, but some of it is like similar. What's going on here? Look at this. Imagine printing this guy. Eh? Like that's a lot
multiple pieces.
Some heavy bridging, I would think.
I think it's
so. He prints the top.
I don't know.
Hey, here's the bridges that Buddy was asking for.
No, that's different. Stop it.
Oh yeah, he's got all of Tatooine here.
Yeah.
A wooded planet. Damn.
Wooden planet. Okay, that's Star Wars right there. Don't even lie.
No, it isn't. They're shooting stations. Shooting one another.
Laser turrets.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Anyways.
These things are all blasting into hyperspace too.
That's true. They all it's fucking Star Wars. What
are you talking about? What are you talking about, Star Wars?
Yeah. That's a mug. That's a beer mug.
I like that thing. Yeah. That's awesome. All right, sorry. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna scroll while you speak.
No. You did this last time. Stop it. Shut it down. Shut it down. Put it. Me and you.
Look at me.
No, it's just a big picture.
God, give back. Give back.
Talk about your Patreon.
Oh, okay. Let's stop this then.
All right, back to my Kickstarter. No.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the episode, you're like, it's very lucrative doing the Kickstarter thing. And I feel...
Right. Hey, Fabrice is here. Hi, Fabrice.
Hey, what's up, Fabrice? But I think it is, in its own right, super impressive that you got 6 patrons. 6 patrons. On your, did you get more, or are you still at 6?
No, I haven't. I stopped. I did my Kickstarter I didn't do a Kickstarter. I did the Patreon, and then for 2 days, I was hitting Facebook up with hey announcements of that and posting art and stuff, and that's when I got the six backers. It's sort of that first week.
Yeah.
But then since then, I've been feeling behind in my next month's model, so I wanted to make up a bit of.
That's fine.
I've been doing actual modeling, but as I do the modeling, I'm starting to get that like this time. Last week I was getting anxiety. Man, I feel like I'm behind on this modeling I need to do. But now, after I've put about a week into my spare time into getting ahead, now I'm starting to get I need to share more. I need to do a little bit more. I could be on this platform, that platform, and really updating that. So it's I'm letting my anxiety guide me here as I feel like I'm neglecting certain avenues of this whole business here, right? So I'm going to start sharing again. Hopefully that turns into a few more patrons. And I feel like I should set a goal for the end of the month, but I'm not quite sure. Maybe 15. I'm feeling. I don't know. What's realistic, but
well, no, I don't think your goals even try to.
I should be setting a number goal. You don't think?
No, I think it's you already proven that you can get patrons. You got 6. Like, there's Kickstarters out there that are in the same vein as yours that have 0, Alex, and they've had 0 for a while. You know what I mean? You've already proven that you can get backers. Now it's all about doing the work, and then when you have something to promote the work, when you have something to show for the work, then you can show it. You know what I mean? Now it's about just now it's just about content, right? Because also, like, my Kickstarter has been going on for like how many months? You know what I mean? When you think about it, like me working on it.
6 months.
Yeah, like talking about it, and then like 1 month of just straight promotion. You know what I mean? Of just like barraging people and like making stuff and like, you know what I mean?
I think you'd keep going too. Like, I would keep going with that promotion throughout this month. You know, because your last big surge happens at the end of the month, so you want to kind of ammo up for that.
That's true. So what I was gonna say, so how I see your Patreon is kind of like the big, like the beginning. You know what I mean? Like, when you think about it, like this Patreon, you haven't been working on it for that long. When you think about it, like in total with the character and the things you drew, the cards and stuff like that. What was that? Like a month? 2 months?
No, it's been, well, I don't know when you like condense it into like literal time spent, because I am doing this, you know, on evenings and weekends and stuff. You know, I'm hitting it pretty hard though.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about
like
that.
The character.
I'm talking about like think about it. If you started making models, making cards, and promoting it when I started promoting it, when I started mentioning it out on forums and stuff like that, and like showing pictures and showing paintings and stuff like that. If you started at the same time as me, you know what I mean, doing that to that one goal, which was making this Patreon with cards and like what are they called? Player no. What are they called?
They're like
character sheets.
Character sheets.
Yeah, character sheets with you know, with a model and stuff like that. If you would have started that at the same time when I was like, you know, printing and painting and taking pictures and showing it on Reddit and, you know, and Thingiverse and Instagram and whatnot, you probably would have hit you know, I don't know, probably over 100 patrons in a day, I bet. But technically you're at like square one, and you're at square one with 6 patrons, and that's great. No?
Yeah, sure.
You don't feel I feel more enthusiastic for you than you look enthusiastic to your own project. You want to switch projects?
It's not that I'm not enthusiastic about it. I'm really engaged, and that's when I come home, it's like I'm eager to work on it and everything, and it's exciting every time you get a new patron. But at the same time, it's like this is a marathon, right? You're doing a sprint right now, and I'm doing a marathon.
I'm just letting it all out there.
Yeah.
But I had a big buildup. You know what I mean? Like I was holding on to something. Like I was like,
yeah,
spinning my wheels. You know what I mean? Not spinning my wheels. I was like fueling up, I guess you could say. And then just blast off. But you're gonna have to be literally, you know, crossing the Serengeti. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna.
Well, there's no end to this one, right? Like it just kind of goes.
That's the plan. Yeah, so that's true. That's true.
I'm just trying to balance my more than you're gonna go balls out and for this, you know, and focus really on this 1 month campaign, but like. I need to find a balance, you know, because this is because it is an ongoing thing. I need to find a realistic. I can't just be always like it's treating it like a Kickstarter all the time and just going ham. because I'll drive myself insane. And the first week was like that when I was like getting over that hurdle, just getting it launched and figuring out how to like, just how it works and, you know, how not to like, you know, I guess like, what's the word? Like expose yourself and like, how can I share these files in the smartest way and all that. So, yeah. And just like, what's all the little imagery I need and stuff like that. It took a lot of time and
I was having thoughts. I was having thoughts literally like the day before the Kickstarter not to launch it. Like I was having anxiety launching it. It was weird. It was like there was like a part of me there was a part of me trying to stop me, oddly enough.
Mm. Yeah.
And yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean though, because getting all that like that presentation wise done. Because let's be honest, like one of the reasons why I think my Kickstarter is actually successful is because I got a bunch of renders, I got a bunch of pictures that are stuff that's 3D printed and painted. I have a video, I have like a little bit of a theming thing going on, like a little bit of an art style. You know what I mean? Like everything is kind of coherent as the best to my ability. I think it could be even more coherent, but that's for the next one. And when you're doing that, that's a lot of anxiety too, because it's like, because you can make it and then time passes by, you're like, that doesn't look right, I need to fix that. Or somebody will look at it and be like, hey, you should maybe change this, and you're like, damn it, he's right.
Yeah.
And then you got to change it.
It's true. There's so many times I've like seen a spelling mistake on my Patreon.
Yeah,
on my website, like, and then I'm like, the next day it's just like, fuck. I just can't. I just until I can go fix it. I just, you know, I'm just like, it just bothers me.
Yeah.
But you're not always in a situation where you just go and like do it right there.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Sometimes you gotta like sit on it for 8 hours and let it bug you.
Yeah. No. But that's good to have that feeling, because it means you're putting, you know, the devil's in the details, right? So what makes, you know, what Patreons. The difference between, you know, amateurs and professionals, right, is that we get bothered by the small things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the more you're bothered by the small things, hopefully not too bothered to the point where you can't get anything done. But as long as you're like trying to hit a quality where you're like, okay, I think I can live with this until the next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at that. You got a cool little fucking video and everything. That's awesome.
I made a little video. I'm working on another video.
Dude, I'm going to be making a painting tutorial, because I've got a few messages, people asking me for a painting tutorial.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do one.
You should, because I think, and you know, I don't know if you had your mat when you started painting those things, but they feel like, the buildings feel like they belong on that mat that you've got.
Wow.
Whereas the in some of those other Kickstarters we're looking at, they're sitting on a mat, but the models are painted like in you know, in total like isolation of everything else, and maybe they look good on a table or something. But on like on the map setting, like maybe it's dirty or dusty or whatever, it's like could feel a little more like lived in that space.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that was something you thought of, or if it just kind of happened that way, or, well, I mean, you had the vision, I guess. So
I just wanted to make grungy looking stuff, right? Grungy, battled, war-torn, kind of unkept stuff. And I was like, well, I got to get a playmat that's the same thing. And that's what I did. And then it just kind of turned out that it matched, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, you had the aesthetic in your head already as you were painting.
Yeah.
So you found the mat that kind of matched that, and it just happened to work out because of your approach. So that's cool. And what I think is really sweet about those models is that they're like, I don't know if you're advertising this, but everything is printed on the Ender 3, obviously, right? Which is a very common, you know, printer for like a lot of the people who are backing you. I bet you the majority are Ender 3 users themselves, so they can get a clear representation that like this is what your table will look like, right?
Yeah.
There's no like, oh, I got this done on a resin and
Yeah.
It looks amazing, and like, and there's this unattainable goal there. It's very realistic. You know, you're not doing anything tricky or proprietary that somebody couldn't replicate and step in and do, and like they can have, you know, the same products you've got on your table right now. Like they can have that exactly. All they got to do is print it out, and you know, they should be like really easy prints to do. So
yeah, you know what? I'll probably mention that in the tutorial video that I'm gonna make. You know what I mean? And then once I finish that tutorial, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel. I'll put it on the YouTube channel, and then I'll put that video like right at the beginning of my Kickstarter. So yeah. So that's like pretty much the main focus. But I need some more black filament, so I just ordered some black filament, which I'm getting in 2 days. So yeah. But what was I gonna say? Shit, you were talking about. Oh yeah, so somebody asked me. The first comment I ever got on my Kickstarter page was, "Oh hey, I'm just curious, what settings did you use?" And I told him like, "Oh, I use these settings, and like I have this type of printer." And he's like, "Oh, that's impressive. That's really good." And then I got another comment of somebody else, a complete different backer, and he was like saying like, "Oh, I tested out your layer heights on your free sample models, and they turned out great." I was like, "Oh, awesome!" So people are actually like listening to my to me.
Yeah.
So it's really weird.
That's good.
But yeah,
I hope. Yeah, I had a guy print one of my models, and he just didn't listen to my instructions at all, and it didn't go well. It was that pig guy, which is a torture print as it is.
That's a rough print, dude. That's an STL file. Sorry, that's a resin print.
Yeah, I think FDM it's an uphill battle. It's a real challenge for you to.
Oh, you know what I just found out? So Cheetah Box.
Cheetah Box.
Yeah.
What is that?
No,
what is that?
It's a slicing software for resin printing. It's free.
Oh, really?
So what you should do is look into it and mess around with it. Maybe even send that file off to somebody to get it print for you, or just make one and follow a tutorial on how to make the best, Cheetah Box print for miniatures, and then just do it to your print. And then just once you give that out, you'd be like, "Hey, guys and gals, look at this. It's already set up. Boom, right there."
Yeah. Yeah. I think I might reach out on Reddit and just send out a message, just kind of a blanket message, and see if anybody's willing to test print my guy, with a resin printer, and just see if.
Dude, you're backers.
Because I am.
Alex, you're backers.
Well, I don't know if they're resin printing. I guess I could ask. I don't know if they're even printing these files. They could be just going into a folder and just sitting there.
That's true.
Yeah, you're right. I should hit my my patrons first.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. That's a good post. What am I doing?
Yeah. You have people that are like paying to interact with, essentially.
Yeah. This is true.
There you go. Okay. So what else can we fucking talk about?
What's your next week looking like? What are you gonna do this week?
This week, I'm gonna be 3D printing once I get all that filament. 3D printing.
Your new models, you mean? The stuff you're working on now? What are you doing?
Sorry, I'm looking at my phone.
Yeah, I know. I didn't ask you what you're physically doing. I am asking you why you're checking your phone on the stream.
Sorry, I got a message. I got a message for the Kickstarter. Sorry,
I can wait.
I can wait. Right now,
you're still in the honeymoon phase right now.
I'm gonna finish those test print models. Well, I just finished one. I have to finish one, and it's almost done. And then move back onto my other endeavors of the 30 day tiles. 30 days of tiles. Yeah, that thing. So I've been chipping away at that. And so I got to do all that. And I have to go to Kevin's because I have to like film 2 locations because Kevin got a sick ass mic. He has a Blue Yeti mic. But anyways, so I have to do one shoot. I have to actually write this out. I have to write out the script of like my painting tutorial. So there's going to be one shoot where I'm in front of his computer with his mic and I just talk, and then it'll just be me in front of the camera. And then the second shoot will be no audio, and it'll just be footage of me painting, and then I'll be talking over that footage of like the process and the tools I use and some of the paints and stuff like that, and then probably a little bit about my print settings.
Wow. Yeah, you need to write all that down.
I have to.
He really just like shotgun blasted that.
No.
Scatterbrain kind of way. You should ask Kevin while you're there, see if he's interested in hopping on and telling us, how to live our lives.
What? Excuse me? Is he known for that? I don't. He tells us how to.
He'll have lots of good suggestions for social media and stuff. His Twitter and his Instagram game is like on another level.
Pretty good. Yeah. What was I gonna say? So that's my week, and I'm probably gonna respond back to that guy and say, unfortunately, I'll be like, unfortunately, no, there isn't, and I'll maybe explain to him like why, like what I was like trying to achieve through this Kickstarter, and then probably say I would just say that like don't deny that it's a good idea because I think it is. But it's fair to say that you're not adding any more to the Kickstarter at this time. Yeah. But should I say if you want to back out, I won't feel sorry.
No, don't even go. You don't even have to venture down that path. I think you just say
no.
That's a great idea, or like put it over as a good idea. But just say you're just not contributing any more to this Kickstarter at this time. And you could say you can just leave it open ended, like for a future update. I think that's a great idea. And then thanks later. Bye.
That's a good idea. That's actually really smart. Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. This week I'm going to I don't know. I'm going to share more. It's been my goal for a long time to. You know what? You didn't even get on other platforms.
You didn't even share your Patreon on your Instagram.
No, I haven't shared it on Instagram yet. So there you go.
Yeah,
I've been working on a post, an Instagram post.
And make sure you use the logo.
What logo? The Patreon logo.
Yeah, make sure you use that logo somewhere.
Okay. I've updated my description. It's in there, but I just haven't posted anything to Instagram since then because I don't know. I wanted to post a video. So I'm making a similar video to the one you saw on Patreon a second ago. Something that I was looking at Pete Moorbacher's feed, and he takes his illustrations and he makes sort of like a little slideshow, pan show going on. So
what you could do, you could take if you have those on layers where you have the character in the background, you can do like a parallaxing thing. You can just like move the background.
That guy is. I could, I guess, but
you could do. This is what you could do. Make the background, but make it blurry so you don't have to put a bunch of detail behind them for the parallaxing. You know what I mean? You could just like roughen the colors and the shapes behind them for the background. Because when you cut them out, there's going to be like no background, right? So you could just like block it out and then just gauge and blur the whole background and just have him really sharp and then just parallax those two things and then have maybe some effects around or something or
It's a shame it doesn't work like the Facebook like the Facebook post, because that's got all the parallax in it. I guess you don't have Facebook.
No.
Which really sucks because it's really like, I don't know if let's see if it works on the stream here. But yeah, that's really like kind of the coolest place to see these illustrations.
I bet.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you see the depth there?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty, I don't know. I wonder how far I'll have to scroll before I hit another one, but.
Whoa, stop there. Stop, quick. I want to see your cool cards. I've never seen these.
This is what the card turned out to be. This one isn't a magical card, but this is pretty much the final like layout and stuff. So I changed the background to be more of like a text description. So anything like the in-depth detail will be listed here. Each card has a unique layout here. I mean, because sometimes the art is a long thing and sometimes it's a small thing. So I always have to get kind of creative with how I fit that in here. But this is pretty much the presentation. You've got the little symbol here, which another post I need to do is properly explain all this stuff, because I've explained it in a few posts here, but like I want it in one solid image of what everything is. Like, so you've got like what type item we've got up here. In this case, it's just a unique kind of legendary item. And then you have your weight here, the title, the value in gold here. And usually if there's an item that's like a sword or something, you've got damage dice info down here, and then any range, or sometimes there's some other numbers you need to know down there, but the more detailed description is always on the back. So I need to explain this stuff. It takes time.
I think your numbers are quite small. Like your area where you would put those numbers look pretty small.
Down here, you mean?
Yeah, that's pretty tiny.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me show you a card if I have one that has it.
You probably passed one. There's one with a spear upper.
Oh yeah, here's a fun. This
Stay focused.
Was really good in 3D.
Stay focused. Go back up. Go back up. There was a spear.
A spear?
Yeah.
Oh, that one wasn't a full card though. You're
okay.
probably thinking of this dagger. See, this one I just cropped the image because I hadn't finished the bottom yet. So
you should look at magic cards.
I have looked at magic cards.
Okay. Well, just like their placement of like things, like where their rarity is and where's like their on a character, like where's their what's the word I'm looking for? Like whatever, doesn't matter.
Magic cards are a little different, right? That's like because it's different gameplay.
That's true. That's a very good point. It's a different gameplay. What was I gonna say? Cool. Yeah. No, you should definitely make a post like that explaining your cards. Mm-hmm. Even posts like talking about like, hey, this is what next, and this is what I'm thinking of, blah blah. Like open up dialogue. I posted my last post to Patreon was concept art for my next post, because I want to do like as soon as I post my model, that's when the marketing from the next model begins, right? So as soon as that happens, I'm name dropping the next thing. Yeah, for the next because like that's something next month. Like next month's like Patreon, the climax moment, right? Yeah, the next Patreon release is right. You're like, oh, I waited all month for this thing, and like, it's here, I've got it. And then there's this bit of like it's like a lull after that, right? Yeah. And it's like, oh, now. So I don't want people to think like, okay, that's it, like now what? So I want to start as soon as that model's done. I want to start promoting the next one right away. So it's like, oh, next month there's something else to look forward to. Christmas is coming again next time. Yeah. So that's what I did with the concept art, releasing that. Hopefully people are into that. Oh yeah, for sure. People like that stuff. And then and here we are. So I've been modeling it. I'm maybe like 35-40% of the way through the model already, but that's only the model is kind of, I don't know, that's the comfort zone spot. Everything else is a bit,
takes time. It's hard to quantify the time I spend on other things like the RPG materials and marketing and like promotion, and I haven't spent any money on marketing or anything like that.
I don't know. I don't know if all the money. Well, I didn't spend that much.
How much did you spend? How much did you spend? Can you give me like just a little, like a
well, this is the thing though. This is the thing though.
What you did, what you spent, and what it on.
I'm going to let me finish.
Okay. All right.
Well, this is the thing though. When I made my first Squarespace, what's it called again? Squarespace, page.
Oh my God. Okay.
There's a deal they have where it's like, oh, we'll give you a $100 voucher to Google Ads.
Oh yeah.
So I used that, and I owe my Google Ads $14. So my Google Ads cost me $14. So technically, my ads were over $100.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
and that was a month of promotion on a very only spending roughly $5 a day, but you only get paid per click.
Yeah.
So it's like, so it's weird. So I'm gonna butcher this, but so there's in your Google ads there you kind of pay for keywords. And if someone searches that keyword and they find your post and they click on it, then you have to pay a certain amount depending on how expensive that word was, essentially. So let's say I have a couple keywords. I have 3D printing, tabletop wargaming, 3D models, right?
Yeah.
And so all of them have different price points. Some are like 10 cents, some are 50 cents. And some are high traffic, some are low traffic, and some are medium traffic. What that means is just, those things get clicked so many times. And depending on, and you would think like if something's high traffic, it would be more expensive. Not necessarily. It really depends on the word or like the phrase of the word or like the combination of two words. So like that's a thing, right? And so let's say, I don't know, you have I don't know, 5.
I don't know that. Are people interested in this?
No, absolutely not. I can't even like really explain it well because I was just like following a tutorial and I was like, okay, I think I get it. And then I just like did it. And I got like something like over 200 clicks in a month. And I don't think that's good.
It's better than zero.
That's true. It's better than 0. And there was no way to like really see if people were, because people were clicking it and then visiting the website, but there was no way for me to, there probably is a way, but I didn't find it, or I didn't bother to search for it to find out if people were going to the Facebook follow site and following the campaign when it comes out. You know what I mean? So I don't know what's the ratio, but I don't know.
Let me tell you something right now. You've got your campaign is live. We're looking at the big spike that I think you want to prepare for now is the end goal, right? That final hurrah where all the Kickstarters, like, it really picks up again in the last 48 hours or whatever. You're at least getting 10K right now. I mean, it's there.
Yeah, unless people are just like, this other, I don't want this anymore. Actually, oddly enough, that happened. Somebody dropped out one of the early bird tiers, one of the all-in tiers. They dropped out, and I was all bumhurt. I was like, "Oh, why did it drop out?"
It happens. I already had one person drop out of my Patreon. I had 7, but now I only have 6.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I was saying was, man, like, so you have this money, you know it's successful already. Why not just spend another $100 on some Instagram ads?
I can't.
Why not?
Because you need Facebook.
Really?
Because it's owned by Facebook.
Oh my God. Wow. You need, man.
I need Facebook. I know.
You need to make it your life's mission to get
Facebook back on Facebook.
Gee whiz.
Oh shit.
Oh, you can't even take out Instagram.
No, but dude, this is the thing though. I really think the success of one of the factors of the success of the campaign has been Thingiverse.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
so too. It has to be.
Putting out the models and being like, hey, download this because I'm going to get rid of it when my Kickstarter's live, you know, and people are like, oh, okay. And they like follow it and they follow me and stuff. And then people ask questions. I ask them questions and they print things. And then every time when they print something and they like, because you can do that in Thingiverse, right? When you print something, you can take a picture and then attach it to that post and be like, oh, look, I printed this print.
Yeah.
And every time I always reply and say like, thanks for sharing. This looks great. Thanks for printing my work. I always like every time someone asks a question or says something or whatever, I'll try to chime in and, you know, just like be positive or just be thankful. You know what I mean? And so imagine if I had a Facebook, it would probably even be twice as big. But so
you need to make that your life's mission.
Yeah, no, for sure. I gotta get. Hopefully, you know, having, you know, this Kickstarter or whatever, or I don't know. We'll see.
Cool. Yeah. Well, it's just about time, my friend.
Yeah,
you've got a text message to respond to, and I don't know. I'm gonna eat a peanut butter sandwich or something.
Oh boy. No, you're gonna do great, dude. I'm really happy for you and excited for your Patreon. And I think this, like you said, like this is a marathon, and right now it's only 6, and I think 6 is amazing.
Well, my goal was 1, right? That was my humble goal.
And you blast right through it.
Yeah.
And my goal was just to get the Kickstarter raised.
I mean, in a way.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's good. Time to pat ourselves on the back is now, and then, but we should get back to work this month, and then so we can really pat ourselves on the back next month. Right?
Exactly.
When it's a success. Okay, my friend, let's wrap this show up. Where can we find yourself?
Me? Where can you find me? You can find me on Thingiverse, Instagram, Twitter, and you just have to type in Forbidden Prince. Yeah, you can find me there and those places. That's about it. Or you can check out my Kickstarter if anybody is interested and they come along this video.
Yeah.
They can check out my Kickstarter.
I'll drop a link in the description there for the next few videos. And for myself, as for me, you can find me at Tiger Skull RPG on Facebook, Instagram, all one word. Just type that in at the end of web addresses, and it'll take you somewhere probably.
Jesus Christ.
And then, or just click the links. I got a Patreon going right now, as we chatted about. So, if you want to support the show, there's the only way is to really, I guess, support our projects in whatever meager way you want to.
Yeah, I guess that.
Or just watch the show too.
Yeah.
But if you aren't watching it, then you didn't hear that. So I don't.
Stop it.
Stop. Chicken and an egg.
Stop it.
Okay. Hi, Fabrice. Thanks for coming today. It's been a while. I haven't seen you, and it was good to see you in the chat room there and all that.
Fabrice is probably saying the same thing. Like, holy shit, these guys are still going.
Yeah. Believe me, some weeks I'm like, why? What's the point of it all? But
the point is, I've said this before. It's archiving our journey, but also staying on top and talking shop. You know what I mean? Like, it's good to once in a while talk about the things you're doing and getting a second opinion and just putting it out there. You know what I mean? So
yeah. And talking to the mirror can get boring after a while.
Yeah, because it just keeps usually saying yes, no matter what you say to it.
Sweet. Okay, I'm gonna bounce. All right.
Love you.
Love you
too.
All that. Okay. Bye now.
Ciao. Ciao. See you around.